International Potato Tour continue. Today we in Tbilisi, and I invite very interesting guest. 3 interesting person, very different. But what interesting so it's people who work in potato industry. My guest is Kristof Wallays, company Agristo. Yeah, Mr. Irakli Kordadze, company Frixx, and Peter Van Dael, Roger and
Croky.
Croky.
Yeah, that's our brand.
About the name company Agristo and Croky, I have one question. Agristo company, it's when you start, it's family business. Yeah?
Yes.
When you start, it's not Agristo, it's another name you have. Yeah?
Oh, you're well informed indeed. It started as Agrigel 40 years ago, exactly 40 years ago. Agri means agriculture, and gel is a French word for freeze. But well, it's quite a story. 3 years after we started the company, cycling, Tour de France. Well, Greg LeMond, he won the Tour de France, and on his jersey there was mentioned Agrigel. But unfortunately, it wasn't our company. It was another company that was in France. So we needed to change our name, and we changed it from Agrigel to Agristo.
I think so. I'm not original because I'm potatoholic.
Yes.
I know a story about potatoholic in your company.
All our people in the company, they are very passionate about potatoes, and that's how we ended up by calling them potatoholics. So all our collaborators, all our people in the company, they are all potatoholics.
Peter, you have all the story about Croky.
Yes, indeed.
In 1916, yeah, if I don't mistake, your company start produce chips.
No. The brand Croky exists this year 60 years.
60 years.
60 years. But Roger and Roger started only in 1999. So Roger and Roger was founded by 2 Rogers. And today it's still a family business. It's owned by Roger Dick. But the Croky brand was bought in 2004 from United Biscuits. And it was an old brand active in France, Belgium and Holland. And since then we are promoting again our brand Croky.
But I know in your packet some bird Croky. Yeah?
Yes.
Why is bird in your packet?
We have, because the founder of Croky, they had a perroquet in the entrance of the factory. And the name of the perroquet was Croky. Mm-hmm. So that's why they say, okay, the brand is Croky and the perroquet is still after 60 years on the packaging.
Irakli, about your company, I know your company Frixx in your packet mountain, but mountain Elbrus, I think so.
No, it's a Caucasus mountain.
Caucasus mountain, yeah. But Frixx, why Frixx?
So it's freedom and Frixx, the people who does not follow the laws and borders, let's say, because these 2 combination actually is the Frixx. So on our logo there is a Caucasus mountains, and we say that it's Caucasus chips, which is made in Georgia, and the originality is like this. So we are only factory in Caucasus region in Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan. And because of that, as a regional brand, we wanted to be like a leading company here in this region. And that's why it is formulated like this.
Yeah, first time when I visit North Caucasus, Georgia, I tasted your chips with adjika. It's very interesting tasting.
Yeah.
True, different story about potato company. Yeah, but today we speak about world potato sector. Yeah, we see in Belgium biggest problem for price potato for farmer. Yeah, in Georgia you have different situation. I visit Turkey. I speak with farmer 2 season not good price for farmer. What do you think for situation around the world? Why we stay in this situation, and what we make to do? I mean, for all people who work in potato sector to change situation. Farmer not lost money. Potato company, processing company, working for good price, for good quality potato. What do you think, Peter? You first.
So the situation of the potatoes today, as Roger and Roger, we are using a lot of potatoes, but compared with the French fry industry, it's quite limited. So from our side, we have specific varieties we need to use to produce potato chips. So we are almost 100% contracted farming with our farmers. Yeah, and we need to follow the situation in the market, and the situation in the market is, let's say, driven by the demand of the French fries in Europe and out of Europe. But we as a company, we are a local company supplying in Europe locally, so we have an international clients, but are not intercontinental clients. We are not competing with factories, let's say, 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers further away. Because our chips, it's a very light product, and transport cost is very high for such a product.
Kristof, what your company working in
Frozen
Belgium,
French
India,
fries,
and
yes.
United States? Yeah.
Yes, well, we're constructing a factory over there. But indeed, unlike Crisp is more regional. Frozen potato products like ours, we really work in a global market. So that means that we need to be competitive with other places in the world to export our product to. Our business has known a very big growth, not only Agristo, but a lot of the whole industry has grown tremendously the last years. Maybe a little bit too much in terms of added capacity. So that created a lot of positive vibes for the farmers, and they started growing more potatoes all over the world. More acreage was planted, but next to that, like last year and the year before as well, the yields were very good all over the world. Not only in potatoes, but also for grains, for a lot of crops. Worldwide, there has been too much potatoes, too much production of products, which result, of course, too much supply. Demand is still growing worldwide, but there was a surplus, and that ends up in bad prices, of course. How can we solve it? Maybe planting a little bit less potatoes, and we won't have yields like last year every year as well. So I'm positive it will correct himself in the future. Demand is still growing, but it has some hiccups.
But today the spot prices are very low for the potatoes. But if we look to last year and the year before, the spot prices were very high.
Yeah,
so we are coming from one very high price to a very low price today.
And the extremely high prices of last year and the year before, yeah, they created more willingness to grow more potatoes. So it's in fact it's a market about it will correct himself.
I have
That's
only one question: how many potatoes we need around the world? Do you know?
No, I don't know the number by heart.
I think so. Nobody know. And we think about maybe next year. We're lucky we have good harvesting, yeah. In another country, lost harvesting, and we win. Exactly, in Georgia. Georgia, it's local market, yeah. I know last year you have, Georgia, good exporting potato.
Mm-hmm.
And what situation for this season in Georgia?
So actually, Georgian market is influenced by neighboring markets also and the harvest. Let's say when there is a high demand from Russia, maybe because the main market is Russia for Georgia, the prices are going very up, like doubling maybe. But for example, unlike the previous year, this year's previous year's 2025 years harvest, actually Russia did not imported anything. Let's say very small amount because they had maybe low demand on this, and they had enough potatoes on their local market. So farmers could not sell potatoes at good prices, let's say. So same in Georgia, prices are at a low level nowadays. In terms of Frixx, let's say we have contracted farmers and we work 50% of our consumption and raw materials are contracted with fixed prices that does not actually deviate depending on the market price. And our farmers are actually, let's say, safe on this side. They know that during 4 years they have guaranteed price and they can base their calculations and forecasting based on that price. They know their COGS, what is it, their COGS, and they know by how much they will sell it. So, but other farmers struggling nowadays, they have many stocks in their warehouses. It's like Soviet type warehouses in Akhalkalaki, and the many potatoes are spoiled there because of the no ventilation, no proper conditioning, etc., etc. So we are only company in Georgia, let's say, and it's unfortunate because no one has the good ventilation system, the proper technology to store potatoes during 8-9 months. And we have the lowest COGS in the country on storing potatoes. So other farmers are very struggling in terms of COGS and surplus. They are left it in spring, late spring, let's say.
I think so. If you want to look in Irakli storage, I visit in March and April, your storage, and you may look in with video in my channel, Potato News. I've traveled in many countries and I see biggest problem for one resource. It's people. People who work in a factory, people who work in fields, yeah. And I know it's right now most popular AI, yeah, in around the world. We using in phone, using in desktop. I know your company start using in your processing AI, yeah, and some startup. Maybe you open some secret. What do you do in your company?
We are using AI at this moment on different level. We start with administration, things like that, but also in our production. We have installed some cameras on potatoes that are peeled, and we adjust automatically the peeling to the result of the potatoes that are peeled. So, and we are starting and doing that project and to see how we can automatically adjust our peeling based on camera results.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
Which technology uses steam peeling or?
No, we are not using steam peeling. We are using carborundum peeling. So abrasive peeling, batch by batch, make batch of 90 kilograms, 100 kilograms, and you peel it. But of course, depending on the usage of your peeling unit, but also depending on the type of the potatoes, variety, and the age of the potatoes, you need to adjust the peeling time continuously.
And how your AI help to sort in your ready product, chips? I know you work with was one startup, company.
Yeah, we are using camera technologies to sort out brown potato chips, but also potato chips, which can be a little bit green on the side. Things like that is sorted out automatically.
Kristof, I know you're engineer, yeah?
Yes.
And engineer, it's your favorite themes about what you like to speak. I know you're using AI in your company too. What are you doing?
Well, it's very similar to what Peter tells. The point is that our lines have bigger and bigger capacities. So for an operator, it's more and more difficult to oversee all parameters. You can install cameras that then analyze quality parameters like the peeling or length or defects, and they can do it in line constantly, and they can generate a signal if you are out of spec or not. So the point is you can shorten feedback loops and you can avoid to have non-conform products. So that's the main purpose with which we use AI, because nowadays you can transfer images into data, which can give an objective feedback. Today, it's still the operator that adjusts process parameters, but we can do it quicker, so we can avoid out of spec product. That's the main focus of the project we're doing.
Irakli, how your company using AI in your processing something?
Actually, we are not using AI, but the like similar processes we are using, but it's depending our capacity that is very low comparing to the big processors. So there is no need in our case. We're just inspecting by human eye, let's say, and it's like 100%. We're sure that based on our capacity, we will ensure final product is under the standards. Let's say that damaged or like conditional product. Let's say there is many machines that we search already, and we know the modern technology what it offers for the big lines, and we're going to build a new factory for the coming years, and we're considering to install the automatic, for example, sorter that sorts out the damaged potatoes, greens, diseased, and etc. Also final chips product that are brown or sugary. So we will use, and we're going to use, but also we need to consider that output, it decreases like a little bit output, but guarantees the final products are good. Let's say, I mean the damaged product that it throws out in percent, it increases this loss, let's say, on a line. Also, it depends on the raw material, how good the raw materials are, the process, how it starts, and many other things. So we're considering to actually use it for the future.
I have a question for all. What inhibitor, using in your store, and what do you think about technology use ethylene? What technology do you think about ethylene?
I'm not a specialist about potato storing, but in Europe we are not allowed to use CIPC anymore. So I know that alternatives are indeed ethylene or mint oil, and they are used. I think CIPC is now forbidden. I think 3 or 4 years when the usage stopped. The farmers were very afraid that they wouldn't be able to store with the alternatives. But at the end, the storage quality didn't worsen. Probably it even improved. So it isn't always a negative thing.
But also, if you see the farmers in Belgium, Holland, Germany, France, they are well equipped. They have good stores. They invested in good stores with good ventilation, temperature control. So that also helps a lot to have a stable quality during the complete year. Because, of course, we have a season from, let's say, the 1st of July. We can, in our region, we can take potatoes from the fields till, let's say, end of October, mid-October. But then all the potatoes needs to come from storage. And in the beginning, the first months, it's, let's say, easier. But if you need to supply, let's say, in May or June, that are potatoes that are harvested in September, October, the year before. So they need to be stored under good condition. And sprouting, of course, is one of the problems, and that's really the know-how of the farmer that is very important for us. And also, that's why we are working together with our farmers on a very close way. We are giving advice, but we also work together with farmers, not just 1 year, but during several years. We try to have the same farmers.
In Belgium and Holland, we are lucky to have a lot of farmers that have grown potatoes for many, many years and also stored those potatoes. So there is a lot of knowledge in the farmer community.
By generations, couple of generations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Know-how, but also equipment is very important. If you have good insulated storage places, That's really key for good storage.
And thanks to the growth of our sector of many companies in
They
Belgium
could
and
invest in
Holland,
it,
they could invest in it. So we can say that in Belgium and Holland we have top-notch equipment in terms of harvesting equipment, but also storaging equipment.
Grime.
Amen.
Top-notch harvesting equipment. So yeah, I will add to this because we actually launched this technology in Georgia, how to store potatoes during 9 months. Even nowadays, I'm storing like 11 months already, potatoes that are harvested in July. And we have, yes, some sprouts there, sprouting started. But we still can guarantee 100% that during 8 months we're maintaining potato quality as at highest level, what processor needs. So actually about the inhibitors, let's say, anti-sprout solutions, we were using the previous years, the chemical one, which is also prohibited nowadays in Georgia, you cannot register anymore. And nowadays we already ordered mint oil with a special machine, which will be used from the start of the harvest, because the schedule and spraying it's different. And even you can use potatoes after like yesterday's spraying. That's good side of this inhibitor. So a little bit costs are increasing, but yeah, we need to follow the regulations, let's say.
Last year, I visit China, and I tested potato rice, potato noodles, and potato bread. It's a very interesting product. It's idea to change nutrition in a traditional product in China and produce some typical product. Yeah, example, rice. Rice, it's 50% for potato flakes, 40% corn flakes, and 10% some another flakes if you want to change color. What do you think about future potato sector? Maybe we see new product with new nutritions for potato.
Well, potato has an extremely big advantage compared to rice and other products, and that's the fact that it uses far less water to grow a certain amount of organic material. So in terms of sustainability and water usage, potato is one of the best crops you can imagine. So the example you just explained about the rice in China can give answers to challenges of climate change and drought. So potato is a fantastic product. So there will be new products coming up like rice. I don't have others now right in mind, but the potential is huge for a potato. Has always been, and I'm a big believer of it.
One time I prepare from potato flakes, potato cakes.
Yes.
Sweet potato cakes, and give for my friends tasting. It said, "Oh, very good. It's cocoa." I said, "No, it's potato flakes." Your company, do you see some new product for, I don't know, chips?
We are innovating, of course, every day. New flavors, new type of flavors, new type of products. So that's also a challenge for us to go to the market with new products, new tastes. And the evolution is very, very fast because if you look years ago, in our region, we had salt, we had paprika, and we had bolognese. That were the three big flavors in our region. But in the meantime, the portfolio has been grown, and you see a lot of different flavors. You see now also a lot of hot flavors, hot chili flavors with different levels of chili. Our sector in chips, innovation is very important.
Bolognese, it's your favorite.
Yeah, bolognese, it's a typical Croky flavor. Yeah, and it's well known in Belgium and in Holland. Yeah.
Your favorite is adjika.
As a unique flavor, it's like Georgian traditional herbs, let's say, which is mixed and a little bit spicy, a little bit. on innovation side, so we are not allowed nowadays to use MSG flavors. So we are moving to the more healthy flavors, let's say, and we're working on this. So in terms of innovation, what can replace potatoes? I would say nothing. After 100 years, maybe I can forecast you now. No problem. I can promise you. Because potatoes are coming from the ancient, like from Peru, we know all, which is like nowadays commercially grown, and many other varieties appeared and also changed the shape and the form and many other things. And I think there will be some different and new varieties of potatoes that can resist the climate change, the diseases, the many other things, but it cannot be replaced. So,
what do you think for potato sector, potato industry for 10 years later? What do you think? What we see? You may say fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic.
let's hope fantastic.
Potato loading in the field, in soil.
What we see is you see an evolution in the potato industry. Year by year, yields are higher. I think that's important. There is a lot of research going on the potatoes, on the varieties. And I think also our industry will be more and more performant. I think that's the challenge. Yeah.
Well, I agree. New breeding techniques will probably change how we grow potatoes in terms of yields, in terms of new varieties. There can be a speed up on new varieties, I think. Next to that, indeed, in processing, we are still early stage in terms of AI usage. So we can go to a next level in terms of automation, in terms of operational efficiencies. And a new product will be developed as well, as we do every day. There a lot of solutions will come to have healthier food. I also believe we do nowadays already, as air fryers and new technology came up. We can make French fries out of the air fryer, which are very low in fat and still very tasty and healthy in fact. So that evolution will go on for sure.
in 10 years, you want me to forecast in 10 years? So we actually don't plan like maximum, we plan 1 year. So this world is changing very fast, let's say. You cannot predict. So in 19th, we learned from the books that you need a 5-year plan, business plan. Nowadays, yeah, my maximum 3-6 months plan, every company is doing, and like watching and like monitoring the market and then adjusting the strategy, let's say. So one forecast is that potato, I agree, what we said here. Secondly, I'm sure that the industry players will be bigger. Small players will be like conquered by big players, as it is from our history in different sectors. And yeah, we need to automate because the world needs more food, and we need to satisfy at the lowest possible cost without diseases, etc., etc. So that's it. Nothing special, let's say, in 10 years.
Okay, I invite all to next 10 years later, organize a podcast and we speak what we think, what for future and what we have in present time. International.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Your forecast, just say, and then we will watch after 10 years. How you think?
How do you see it?
Yeah.
You come all over the world, so you know the answer.
I think so. Very interesting question for I see in Caucasus, yeah, the situation much more small farmer, and maybe 10 years later, a farmer start to cooperate. For example, in Europe, because problem to buy new equipment. Yeah, he have small size field, 1 hectare, 2 hectares. Yeah, and using him it's not possible. yeah, and big tractor. I think so. We need to search new varieties who have good dry matter, not big water, and maybe not biggest for harvesting 80 ton per hectare. Yeah, maybe 40 ton per hectare, but big for dry matter. Example, in 2024, when I visit World Potato Congress, I see date. Russia harvesting every year 30 million ton potato. But it's not true. Normally for Russia, we harvesting 7 million, 7.5. When we harvesting 8 million ton, price down, and Georgian farmers big problem too.
Yeah.
And in November, Russian government, we lost 20% for potato. If we speak about true data, 7 million, we lost 1.5 million. It's biggest, but it's not lost 6 million ton. And my phone stay red. Victor, call me, Victor. We want to help you for your country. We want to sold 6 million ton. I think so. 10 years later, we have correct data. It's very important for all potato sector because we start understanding how many potato harvested in Georgia, how many potato lost, how many potato people eating, how many potato you're using in your company. Yeah. First and generation question, what we think we need to do, we need to organize correct data. It's very important to organize for all business.
And I will add one prediction. The richest people in this sector will be seed producers.
When I visit last month Ankara, I speak with one guy from seeds company who produce in greenhouse. Very smart and very interesting company and guy. And he said maybe we start using after mini tubes maybe 2 generation. Because biggest problem for virus and some problem for use new pesticide for cost price with varieties. Maybe need to search good small cost for mini tubes and using 2-3 generation. I think so in Europe problem too, in Georgia.
So let's invest in seed business. Let's say we can say to our
I think so seeds company not agree with you. International Potato Tour continue, and big thanks for company DAMIAT Technology who helped to organize this podcast. DAMIAT Technology, it's ethylene technology, and I show you after podcast. If you want to visit, visit your company, please write me. And thanks so much for your time. Good trip in next country. And last, Kazakhstan Potato Union, write me. And Victor, we know you organize podcast with you. And please send invite later. Potato Kazakhstan, invite you in Kazakhstan. Look in Kazakhstan potato sector is very interesting country.
Can be a next destination for our trip.
Indeed.
International Potato Tour continue, and you trip with me. Yeah.
Indeed.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you.